Any more questions?
Yes,
Did
Master.
I answer you enough?
Yes, Master, thank you.
Yeah, you can always ask more if it's not clear or some other idea comes out with it, you ask me. Okay, next one if you have.
Yes, Master. 50 years ago, Master Paramahansa Yogananda declared that President Abraham Lincoln was a Himalayan yogi in the past life, and that he died with a wish to unite people and bring racial equality.
Yes.
Master Yogananda stated he was working for God. Abraham Lincoln expressed the highest ideal of government when he said it should be of the people, by the people, and for the people.
Yes.
He was a deeply spiritual man. Even so, he had to suffer because of the ignorance of a few. It seems that history repeats itself with President Trump. He also seems to be very spiritual, and we talked last time about his covenant with God. Master, how come the USA has such good leaders who are also so spiritual?
Why not? Why not? Would you prefer that your country doesn't have any spiritual leader?
No, I prefer spiritual.
Life after life, many countries have spiritual leaders as also government leaders, country leaders. You saw the AP list before, like the King of Vietnam, yes, the King of Korea, King of many.
Yes, Master.
Yes. It's just master, spiritual people, they have the choice to choose to be what. Depends on how much they want to help or how much affinity they have with the people of that country. So they can choose the road to benefit the most.
Yes, Master.
For their country, for that country. Not just the USA has good leaders, yeah? Okay?
Yes, Master.
Yeah, you should be glad that your country has several good leaders.
Yeah.
Spiritual also. Some are more quiet and some are more open. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yes. Like, for example, Mr. Trump, nobody mentioned, most the newspaper don't praise him as spiritual person or anything. They don't see through it. It's only maybe Fox News is the best. Fox News and maybe New York Post. Is it the New York Post? Who had the list of his doings? Yeah, I think the newspaper, yeah? Several newspapers and the media, several of them are good and straight and very, very insightful. And knowing, feeling more intuition about who's good, who's not, and also fairness, like Fox News and New York Post, yes. Others, maybe there are one or two more I didn't see much. I only happened to know recently because of President Trump's stories. Otherwise, I wouldn't have known which one is what. Yes. Other newspapers or other media outlets, they are downright very, very biased and shamelessly and calling him all kind of names and even say he's, criticize his weight, all that. I think he looks good, no?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, he doesn't look obese or anything. And even if he does, so what, no? Is there any law in America saying that the president has to look like a model?
No,
Cannot have 1 inch of fat more than the calculated rules or anything like that? Ridiculous, no? Yeah?
Yes, Master.
You should judge a president or anybody by their virtues, by their actions, yeah? Not by their appearance, okay?
Yes, Master.
But I think he looked good for his age.
Yes, Master.
He does.
He looked very, dignified, yeah?
Yes.
He walked straight and he looked just like a king, yeah. Very authoritative, very dignified.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Why did I tell you all this? What was your question? Spiritual people and suffering. Yeah. You don't know, that's not all, because nowadays we have newspapers and we have television, so we know more about President Trump suffering from different attacks, from different sources. But in Abraham Lincoln's time, there are less.
Yes.
So we didn't know how much he had to suffer. he suffered much more than just the day he died. You see what I'm saying?
Yes,
Yes, Master.
Yeah. Just like President Kennedy, yeah? He was also a very great president, right?
Yes, Master.
Yes.
Beloved by good people. But then how did he end up, you know, right?
Yes, Master.
Yeah, for no reason at all, for cruelty, just hell, just like that. So, if President Trump is still alive, he should count his luck already, yeah?
Yes, Master.
Count his blessing already, my God. But instead of making him suffer physically, they're making him suffer mentally, emotionally,
Yes,
and reputation, right?
Yes,
Yes,
reputation.
Yes. I'm just so too much burdened with this election stuff and with the world. I'm really seeing through the political area right now. I mean, these few days, these are few weeks since I began to realize about the unfairness, you know, and the bad treatment to the president. Just to look at it, I don't want to look.
Yes, Master.
God, what a world we live in, I'm telling you. It's scary. Too scary, my God. God. You have to be really bad or you can't survive. Mr. Trump, of course, he cannot be anyway, even if he wanted to. He cannot be. He's just not born for it. You see what I'm saying?
Yes,
Yes,
Master.
Master.
So it's a very lucky already. It's a miracle that he survived one term already. Yeah?
Yes, Master.
Okay. Yeah, history repeats itself, yeah? Mr. President Trump. The same with President Kennedy, yeah? John F. Kennedy, yeah?
Yes,
Yes,
Master.
Master.
I'm so sorry. Many good people are like that. You see? They don't treat them well because this war is not supposed to be a good one.
Mm.
Yeah? Life after life. You see how many people practice spiritually? Jesus' time, how many people follow him?
Yes, Master.
Yes, Master.
And equally, how many people harass him and torture him and denying him
Yes, Master.
Yes, Master.
and harming him all the way up to his crucifixion. Many masters, they never fare well before. I'm counting my blessing, okay?
Yes, Master.
Yes, Master.
Maybe, I don't know. This time I'm better. I've been hiding very well all these years. For you, of course, now, and we have Supreme Master Television, so I'm out again. But when I'm alone, you know, not necessarily alone with just one or two disciples, you know, driver or something. Anywhere I go, people don't know who I am. Never. Because I don't talk like a spiritual person. I talk normal things and I don't dress up or anything. You see what I'm saying?
Yes, Master.
Yes, Master.
I dress normal. I don't show off or anything like that. And because I had to protect myself.
Yes, Master.
Yes, Master.
But because of the world, you know, I want to help the world. If you want to help the world, you cannot always hide, okay? And I'm hiding now still, but whenever I can, okay? Whenever I can, yes. Many times it helped me escape harm, yeah? Escape death, escape trouble and danger. Yeah, many times it helped, the hiding helped. All right. Anything else, my love?
No, I think the brothers are going to ask another question.
Anybody else ask? Boy,
Master.
yes, yes.
We were wondering if Master has ever been a U.S. president in the past or even one of the founding fathers.
Why you keep asking this kind of question? I cannot even prove it. Yeah, I know. President Washington.
Yes, Master.
Yes.
You remember him?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, Master.
Yeah. I was your master.
Wow.
Surprised you, huh?
Yeah.
Maybe that's why I can talk politics these few days. I know the inside and the outside. See what I'm saying? I know the opposition and the self. You are surprised, huh? You probably thought maybe I'm Abraham Lincoln, no? Because he's obviously more spiritual, no? I remember one time, now that you ask, one time I read in some Vietnamese magazine in America. I was one time in America, and they just had this magazine laying around, you know. And one of the women somewhere, she was writing an advertisement in that newspaper. She said she had an experience that when she prayed to Mr. Washington, so the President Washington, she didn't call him president. She said, it is true that Bodhisattva Washington, that's what she said in Vietnamese, you know. Is it true that the Washington Bodhisattva is really, really, how you say, cái linh là tiếng Anh nói gì quên rồi. Linh nghiệm. It's very holy, you know, like it's very saintly. I prayed to him and my wish came true. You also pray to him, something like that. Yeah, it is true. That's what she keeps saying, that it's true. In Vietnam, I remember they pronounce his name Washington, something like that. She called him Bodhisattva. I mean, Buddhist saint, you know, like a saint in Buddhism. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I remember that. Maybe you can still check back if all these magazines are inside the Congress library somewhere. Maybe you still can read that. I'm not sure if we can. I read that, must be 30 some years ago, right? There was some days of the beginning of my spiritual mission and earlier, maybe second time in America or something. I happened to read that. And at that time, I didn't think much. I said, how can? A president, yes, at that time. At that time, I didn't know much about my past life. I didn't have to. I didn't have reason to check for what. I live every day as now at that time. Only when you guys ask me or somebody saw it, then we know. The longer I live, the more you dig out of this secret that I didn't even know before. Any more? I think more, right?
Yes. Yes, Master.
Tell me.
Master, are there other leaders who have been misjudged? Leaders who were actually good for the country and the world?
Yes.
Depicted and perceived wrongly? Like, for example, His Excellency Benjamin Netanyahu, Prime Minister of Israel, who is agreeing to those peace accords with Arab countries, like Morocco, UAE, and maybe more to come.
Of course, there are more than just President Trump, of course. I don't have their names in my head right now, okay? And I know a couple more are still alive also in European country and also in Latin American country and in Korea. But how can you be praised and acknowledged in this world when this world is the opposite of goodness?
Yes,
Yes, Master.
Even many masters came and went, but how many people follow them? How many? Yeah, even if millions follow them in the world, there are billions.
Yes, Master.
Just some percentage of the world are following them. And many of them are from higher heaven. They reincarnate into this world in order to help their former friends, former family, relatives who are also reincarnate in this world.
Yes, Master.
Then, of course, these kind of people, they immediately recognize a true master, yeah? Just the first lecture or first talk, they immediately recognize the master and they follow and they want initiation already. And the rest are just continue their ignorant way of life. That's why Jesus has been crucified. And many, most of the masters have been killed or murdered or tortured in very, very cruel and terrible ways, horrible ways. So to be a good president, you have more or less similar fate, yes. That's why they killed President Kennedy. Yeah. For what reason? Nobody would really find out the true reason. Many good leaders have been also murdered. Yes.
Yes, Minister.
Yeah. Because this world belongs to the bad ones. Belongs to the Maya. Yeah. All the scriptures told us that. So that's why the Master come down and tell us, please follow me. Come home, go back to heavens. This is not your world. Whatever you have here, it won't give you long-lasting happiness, and it's not real. Now you understand.
Yeah.
Yes, Master.
Yes, Master.
Did that answer your question?
Yes, thank you, Master.
You're welcome, love.